Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let's talk about LlamaParse Premium. So how the video will proceed is, first I will explain or go through this particular blog post from LamaIndex. What is LlamaParse Premium and what are the different functionalities they have added. And by the way, if you know something about LlamaParse, you can skip this part and go to the next one. But I would suggest you to watch from beginning to the end so you get most out of it, right? And after this, I will go to the actual Lama Cloud page or website and then show you how to play around with LlamaParse in the UI itself, so you know how the things work in the LlamaParse UI. And after implementing and going through some of the things here, I will walk you through code implementation also, how we can implement this in the code. So you can just use the 5-liner from LamaIndex in order to extract the informations or the parsing documents into the code and do some simple query. For example, I'm showing you here. At the end, I will provide you additional resources from where you can get more information about this LlamaParse. If this is the video you are looking for, let's get started. Okay, so first thing about this blog post, right? Introducing LlamaParse Premium. So there is LlamaParse already from long time, but now there is some additional features from the LlamaParse. If you go to Twitter also, in the tweet there is this introducing the LlamaParse Premium. Here is the information what they have provided, and these are the things, what are the highlights that is new here. I just click this link and I landed here, right? So it is capable of crunching any document, PowerPoint, Excel, whatnot. There are many file formats. There is already 1 million plus downloads on PyP, so it is quite popular, right? So here you can see the premium mode leverages state-of-the-art multimodal models and heuristic text parsing techniques to extract text from the most complex documents, outperforming the vanilla models like Sonnet 3.5, right? And one thing that you need to remember is this is kind of a wrapper on top of the existing multimodal models. So what I'm showing you, or what I will be showing you, you can do it by yourself also, but this is the managed version of LamaIndex. So you need to be careful, because I saw some people were just complaining. Yes, it is kind of a wrapper of the multimodal models out there, but under the hood they have done some prompting techniques to make things easier for us to implement, right? So the key features, as you can see, outputs all content from text to tables to images into the well structured markdown, so it's easier for us to provide that into the RAG implementation. And this second thing is translates diagrams into mermaid format. This is really good, because until now we have seen different things, but now what it is capable of doing is you provide the diagram and it will provide in the mermaid format, so we can ask questions from the diagram itself. And the next is translates the equation into the LaTeX, big reduction in the missing content, and captions all images between this opening and the bracket, closing tags, and headings determination that accurate mode, right? Better than accurate mode. So this is what they have provided. And then the results, LlamaParse Premium mode on complex document properties, as I said before, reading order, diagrams, and tables. And they have also provided some examples here. You can see these bypasses some hallucinations in the tables. I have already created videos also. I will show you the link later. So the current multimodal models struggle to extract out long tables from images without hallucinations, right? And LlamaParse Premium is able to bypass this kind. Here you can see some examples. This is the source document, and then here they have provided, okay, GPT 4o, what did it in provides or outputs, and LlamaParse Sonnet, you can see it's almost perfect. And then this LlamaParse Premium, they have shown that it is kind of perfect, right? So this is their explanations of things there, what they have done, but you can try, or we can try together later. So here is also the diagram. As you can see here, this is the diagram and it extracts the informations in the mermaid. So you can see this diagram, the RAG implementations can get informations out of it. That is really good, and I think this might be one of the cool feature what I am seeing in the enterprise level, or for whatever reason also. LLMs are difficult. Let's say it's difficult for LLMs to get the information from the diagrams. So if this works in a way that we want, then this will be really good for having a RAG implementations for the documentations, right, where there will be different diagrams or many diagrams. And also the equations, LlamaParse outputs equations as latex. So you can see it is provided here, and this is the output markdown, and if you just paste this in the latex reader or somewhere, it will provide you a rendered markdown format. So the reading order that it extracts, multimodal models are very good at identifying documents reading order out of the box, but tend to hallucinate over the text itself. On the other hand, traditional parsing approaches are fine at parsing text but fail to grasp the complex order. So what they have done is it helps in getting the reading order properly. That is another functionality of LlamaParse Premium, and there is the examples for different models being shown here. And what is the next step? LlamaParse Premium mode operates on top of the latest multimodal models. This means that as a multimodal model, capabilities get better from Sonnet to Pixtrol 01 and more. LlamaParse Premium is better. We are still actively maintaining and improving our other parsing modes. As I said you in the beginning also, this is for wrapper, meaning that they are using this big multimodal model under the hood. Once these models get better, Premium also gets better. So the point is, why use this instead of others? You can even use these models, but the thing is, it makes things easier for us to implement. And one thing is also, if you are not going to implement, having seen on the UI how it works might help you to implement this in the future. So it's just making things easier. So yeah, lots of talk, but now let's go into the UI itself and see how it works, right? I will go to the Lama Cloud, and this is the Lama Cloud UI index.ai. I'll make this a little bit bigger. One thing to notice is you are going into the Lama Cloud, but then itself, this is not the Lama Cloud itself. It's the Lama Cloud website, but we are just going into the LlamaParse, right? You can create an organization, you can create a project and something like that. Here, if you click on this Lama Cloud, here you need to be in the waiting list and provide the organization, all the different things from the waiting list. Because Lama Cloud is, as it says here, AI infrastructure platform that helps you spend less time managing infra and tuning parameters and focus on your AI product. Once you get approved from the waiting list, you can see more functionalities out of it. I applied just yesterday in the waiting list. So once I get approved from there, I will create more videos how it is inside the Lama Cloud itself. But for this video, I'm talking about this parser, right? Create the account. Once you create the account, you will be able to get this. But here I am already in the premium plan, but for you there might be some pages, 1000 pages or credits per day shown here somewhere down below. So in order to see that, what I can do is I can go to the documentation. Let me open this in a new tab. So this is the documentation provided by the Lama Cloud or LamaIndex, and here you can see this is the LamaParse, and if you go down here, this is the getting started and pricing and usage data. So here it says free users get 1000 credits per day and paid users get 7000 credits per week, and with $3 per 1000 credits after that. And there is also other functionalities as you use this thing, right? So this is the thing. So you can try for free. That's the main point here. And here it says fast, the modes that I said you before, right? There is fast mode, there is accurate mode, premium mode. This is the new one that they just introduced, and it uses 25 credits per page because it uses more information. And this is the third party multimodal model that I said you before. And let's hover on top of it just to show you, right? If you hover here, when using the fast mode, we do not use the OCR. There are different things that each of these modes uses, and in the accurate you can see performs OCR, and in the premium mode performs OCR, image extraction and table heading identification, ideal for complex documents with images. We need to use this premium mode equals to true on the API as it is shown here. And if you go here, you can use a default mode. This is the default mode being used. If you want to use the fast mode, you need to set fast mode equals to true in the API, right? And now this third party multimodal is also the thing. So you can just use this with caution, as it says here also. Using a third party multimodal model will incur additional cost. And also one thing is this parsing instructions. You can provide the parsing instructions for helping the LlamaParse how to extract the information. There are other things also here, text and image handling and page specification. So you can even provide the specific pages to get this, and page formatting also. You can format the different pages. There is the web hooks also, right? And then there is this cache settings. So Lama Cloud keeps results cache for 48 hours after upload. So you can just say invalid the cache. If you want to invalid, do not cache. If you just want to on this, it will not be used, right? So that's how it is shown here. And there is the history. So I have already used some of those. As you can see, how much credit is being used, created at job ID, file name, and so on. It is shown here. And the documentation, as I showed you before, also report issues on GitHub if there is some issues. And that is all. And then there is also this partner integration, Llama traces with Azure. You can go with that also. It's similar to this LangSmith in LangChain, how you want to integrate the traces into the LangSmith. Llama trace is there for you also to do that, but this video is not into that, but there is that functionality also. So how to test it? So I have already tested before, but just to give the example, here is the premium mode activated, and you can just go here and upload the things. For example, let's say I want to go with this Caltrain schedule. I will open this. This is the schedule of the train, and I can now choose the premium mode and go down and say parse. I will be parsing based on the information here, premium. So you can see this is the version of that. So what is being parsed? This is now in a markdown. You can go and see in the text, in the JSON also here, and the images you will see what is being used. So this is the original image that I uploaded, and you can see this is the image parse one. So this is what is being extracted here. This is how you can use this if you want to know if this worked or not, and how it is shown in the table, because it extracted the information from the tabular and now this is in the markdown, right? So what you can do is, if you want to test how it looks, you can just copy this all the way. Let's just copy one part until here, Control C, and what I can do is also I can open, for example, what is this, markdown reader. Okay, markdownpreview.com. so this is what it is shown here. I have already used this before. Control A, Control V, and you can see this is the thing that is being shown here. So you can just go around and paste the things that you get here, and you can see it is just a table, right? So it just extracted all the information. For example, there were some empty things also here, so it is all being extracted from the page. So this is one example, and if you just want to try others example, I have already done it. For example, I did this Caltrain is that one, and then equation.png. So if I go to this equation one, job details, you can see what is being used, right? You can go to the examples or images. So this is the provided one, and it just extracted in the markdown as shown in the documentation. So this is there. So this is how you can just use it. And by the way, the equations is not supported in the apart from the premium mode. I tried some without the premium mode. I can just show you one example. For example, I'm now in the fast mode, right? Let me upload the equation. This is the equation. If I just parse this with the fast mode, it will throw me the error because it is not supported, because this feature is just supported in the premium mode. Here you can see output is not available for the fast mode. If I go into the accurate and if I do reparse, let's see what happens, right? Because this is just in the premium mode. You fix an issue and something, but it is not extracting all the information correctly, right? But now if I go to the premium and do the reparse, and now it will be shown here. You can see it works here, and that is how it is shown here. And now you can see the credits being used as you use this. So this is how you can do it already from the UI. But how to do the same thing from the code, right? For that you need to have the API key, and for API key you can see there is these API keys here. Generate API key. I have already created the API key here. Today is 22 September, so I have created the API key. Let me go to the Visual Studio Code. So this is just the warnings, and here we just need these things. LlamaParse is async first, so we need to run this line if you want to run this. So you can just run this now. So by the way, I have already installed LamaIndex, so you need to install the LamaIndex in order to work this one. And then I have already provided the Lama Cloud API key. If you run this, it will ask you to provide the Lama API key. I'm using OpenAI for this, and I hope you know how to get the OpenAI API keys. I'm using just for this example the OpenAI, but you can use the others also. I will show you later important documentations or examples from where you can go. So here is the OpenAI API key. So the 5-liner, as I said you before. So from LamaIndex you can import these things, and document is LlamaParse. There is this result type markdown, premium mode equals to true. So this is what you need to use in order to use the premium mode. If you want to use others, you need to provide the other mode here, and then you need to load the data. So I'm loading the PDF. So what I did here is I just took some examples from the blog post. I took this equation, I took this friendly cultural example, and then also this diagram in order to check how it performs, right? So what I did here, close this, and here I just use this and then there is this vector store index I'm using by default, provided by LamaIndex itself. So you can see what is here inside, and then there is the query engine, and it just queries this, and this is the question that I'm asking from the answer itself. If I run this again, so if I run this, as you can see here, it is going to parse the thing. Started parsing the file under this, right? The earlier time train 224 leaves from San Francisco is 7:12 a.m. Is it correct? Let me open this side by side just to show you if it works or not, right? So the thing that I asked is from here, right? What is the question? Earliest time train 224 leave from San Francisco. So this is leaving from San Francisco to San Jose. 224 leaves at 7:12 a.m. So it is not correct, right? Here you can see it is 7:12 a.m. and there is no train in 7:12. It took the answer from this 7:12 a.m. and this is not the correct one. Now we can service to San Francisco. I am saying here to San Jose from San Francisco. So right, this is not correct. So you can see that the parsing things is done by this parsing LlamaParse. It extracted information, but now the answer is now using the openai side, because this needs to be embedded, this needs to be provided to LLM. This is the LLM thing. All the things are not sure, but I just want to show you that some of the things it gets the answer, right? For example, this one, what I want to see is from this diagram here. If you see the diagram here, I just want to know what percent of AXA France IARD. So this is AXA France IARD is held by AXA. So I just want to see if it works with this diagram. So now it provides here 99.99%. So you can see this is 99.99%. So it gets the answer here. And the second one was who owns this Juridicia and what percent, right? So you can see this is the Juridicia. Who owns this? It says this is owned by AXA France IARD. So this is owned by IARD. And then what is the percent? 98.51. So this is 98.5. Let me make it a bit bigger. So this is 98.51. So it gets the answer from the diagram. That is quite impressive actually. I need to be a little bit more precise in order to ask these train things. So what I did here is I said, okay, 221 train. So I said here 221 train, L2 type. So L2 type. And then I said here Tamin to San Francisco. So this is the Tamin to San Francisco. So first train, right? I just want to have the first train from there, and it provides 7:12 a.m. which is correct. So meaning that we need to ask it more precisely to get the answer. Now here is another question that I asked. Okay, what percentage are held by? It should be 9.3%, but it is showing for some reason 97.8%. It didn't get the answer. And then here I was asking which country is in the process of liquidation. Here you can see D is here. So D is in process of liquidation. It should be India, but it provides, okay, Unicre is in the process of liquidation. I don't know what it is shown here, because I don't see anything other than this one. And one thing I just want to also see how it works with the normal text extraction things. I said here how many downloads of LlamaParse on PyP, and it says 1 million plus downloads. So you can see this is 1 million plus downloads. The thing is, now I'm asking the query, meaning that it is doing the embedding part, it is doing the providing it into the LLMs and all the things with this 5-liner LamaIndex, but it's still providing the correct answer. The main thing about this LlamaParse is extracting the information from here. One thing I just want to point out is once we pass the thing in the code, it is also reflected in the UI. So if I now go back to the Lama Cloud here, if I go to the parse, if I refresh this, it's refreshing. If I go to the history, and you can see that this is the one that we just used, right? And here if you go to the job details, You can see this is the LlamaParse Premium example that we provided. Here you can see this is the extracted information. So this is the main thing we need to go through. So this is the extracted information, the first part, and this is the equation part, and then this comes the printer friendly Caltrain schedule. You can see it is extracting the information, the text, and again the southbound and the northbound, it is providing the information. And then this is the diagram that I showed you. So here you can see this mermaid. It just highlighted the mermaid part, how to do the mermaid things, and so on. I think that is what the prompting things is happening under the hood from the LamaIndex LamaParse team. So yeah, it is providing us the answer, and then also you can see it is just providing ABC the answer. So this is how it works. Just give a try. I would recommend you to just go here, upload your documents, and let's see if it provided the correct output or not. Because once the parsing is done, you can plug in different LLMs. Here I just showed you with the 5 liners, and it is using OpenAI models under the hood, but you can use other different models also and try how it performs. The main thing is making the data ready for your RAG applications. That is where LlamaParse comes into handy. Okay, so now the last part, if you want to get more information where to learn the things, one is with the documentations. I think this is the documentation, LlamaParse. You can go here, getting started, all the different things is here. And the next one is also from the GitHub account of LlamaParse. You can see there are examples. There is LlamaParse test and all the different things, how to use everything, and it is updated frequently. If you want the video tutorial, I have already created this LlamaParse playlist, and there are 4 different videos already. So this is the first video, LlamaParse. Many people have already watched it. I use this with the quadrant and grok API step by step. You can watch how to implement that. There is also the chain lead application, RAG with LlamaParse with LamaIndex and Lang. I use LlamaParse to parse the things, and then use LangChain and chain lead to create a RAG applications. So you can just go through this, and there is also one thing called re-rank, how to do the re-ranking into your application to make it better RAG applications, right? I will provide the link in the description, but you can just go here. I will provide this LlamaParse example repository also that I created, and all the things that I showed you just now. It is also the link. You can go to this particular videos. I hope this video is helpful, because I find the LlamaParse really good in order to quickly parse the things. There are many parsing techniques, by the way, but it's not necessarily you need to use LlamaParse, but I find it useful. I hope you can go through it and try your different documents. If it is useful, then just give a try, because there are some pages credits free, and if it is really helpful and creating some value, then of course you can also go and use the premium version also. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you find the video helpful. Let me know in the comment how you feel about the video. If you have any things to ask me, or if you want me to create any content in the future also, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.